Hey, it's Rick Dawson. You're about to see all the new tools that can get you deals today and cash in your pocket literally this week without investment of any of your own money or taking any risk. Now, if you're short of investment cash, or maybe you're not in the right local market, or let's say you're having getting started complications, like you don't know exactly what steps to take, you're tired of spinning your wheels, or you're busy with a job and family, or you're unsure about selling a property in today's market. And if you're not unsure about selling a property today, you should be. Or maybe you're making a ton of cash already and you want to learn the latest and keep razor sharp. Well, you know, it doesn't matter why you're here. I'm going to share every discovery I've made this year and how they fit together into a brand new system, and you're going to want to listen carefully to this entire video and take notes. Now, in the last video, I showed you how I discovered how to download hundreds of cash buyers in my county instantly, all from the last 6 months, and this works anywhere. And then I discovered that dozens of counties now keep their updated lists of all their tax delinquent properties online. So these two discoveries alone allow us to first find buyers instantly, then allow us to find properties we can get at a discount instantly. How great is that? Remember, we couldn't do this before. When we had to build a buyer's list, it took a long time. It was a pain. It was lots of work, and a lot of times when we were done, we just ended up with a bunch of jokers on our list that couldn't close a deal for cash if their life depended on it. Now we have actual cash buyers that have already completed transactions right in our county in the last 6 months. And delinquent lists, at a minimum, we'd have to wait for the county to send them by mail, and that could take days or weeks. Now, if we have to wait for delinquent lists, we can immediately work the ones that are online while we wait. So now there's no cash needed and no risk, because we're going to find the buyer first and assign our deal straight to them. We have a perfect list of buyers and sellers ready to go at our fingertips, and this gives us freedom from our home market if we don't like the conditions. So I'm going to show you a crystal clear roadmap of what to do, how to take advantage of this situation. So first of all, are people paying cash? Well, you better bet they are. There are bidding wars going on at tax sales and foreclosure sales, and 28% of all property sales are now cash sales, even in the six-figure range. You can see this article right here from Wall Street Journal showing how cash buyers are lifting housing, and these guys are even buying Miami Beach condos. I'm not sure I'd touch those yet. So our job just got a lot simpler. We found cash buyers that are paying cash in the last 6 months, and we know that tax delinquent sellers need to sell their property quickly. But I also made several more discoveries, and I'll give them to you now. First, there are new mass updating tools that you can use to update thousands of seller records and get updated addresses and phones for like a penny or two each. And this eliminates your manual searching for most of the owners, and you'll be way ahead of anybody else out there. These tools are going to pick up the easy address updates and give us tons of phone numbers right off the bat in just minutes. So you'll start dealing with owners that nobody else is contacting because you have their updated address right from your very first mailer. It'll barely cost you anything. We've also made a Skiptracing Breakthrough. There's a provider out there that'll give you an account and it'll give you actual Social Security numbers for the owners you're trying to find. And what does this mean? When you have a Social Security number, other searches become a lot more effective, even the free ones. So how is it that you can get real Social Security numbers? Well, these come from records that are 10 to 20 years old. But that's okay because people's Social Security numbers don't change. Now, how about a 5-minute office appraisal? I'm going to show you the latest tools to get a realistic, quick sale value for any property within $2,000 instantly. And if you're a little off the mark, it's not a problem, because remember, we're not going to purchase the property. We can always renegotiate or drop out of the deal. And a lot of times when we renegotiate, we'll have a bird in hand, meaning we'll have some cash offers. All we got to do is get the seller to take less than what we have in hand, and we've got ourselves a deal. Now, how about the paperwork package? This is shrunk to 4 pages total, because now that we're passing on the deals to the cash buyers, we just need a simple 2-page purchase agreement and a simple 2-page assignment to the buyer. So now the title company or the closing attorney is going to prepare the deed and all that other paperwork that was so state specific before. We're going to be able to get away with the same purchase agreement pretty much in almost any area. How about those repairs? We're not going to estimate the repairs anymore. We're not even going to try. You know what? The buyers are going to do it anyway when they come to look at the house, so why would we even bother? And their opinion's the only one that counts, not ours. Finally, the hot sheet tickler method. Now, experience has shown 2 things for sure. There are a few characteristics right on our delinquent property list that are going to tell us in advance who we're most likely to deal with. And following up with the people that we do get in touch with pays big. It can double the amount of deals we do. This stupid, simple method is going to keep you focused on the best sellers all the time and following up in a regular fashion. So these tools allow for an amazing change in our business. Now, of course, it still works to get deeds, and I still do when I can pay only $100. But we can now work deals that were before outside of our business plan. What if we weren't sure enough of a profit, or we had to put a bunch of cash into a property, or maybe the property's in such questionable condition we don't know if anyone's even going to buy it? Well, now we don't have to wonder about that anymore. We'll just get it under contract and see if somebody's interested in it. We can also work safely outside our home market now, because online tools tell us everything we need to know to get the ball rolling, and like we just said, the inspections are going to be done by the buyer, so we don't have to be anywhere near the property. So we got cash buyers, we got tons of delinquent property owners, and we got new tools to make this easy and doable from anywhere in the country. So you can get started today with my free and clear foreclosures system. Look how step by step this has now become. This is important. I'm going to show you each step along the way and how you could literally have a deal today and cash in your pocket next week. First, we're going to choose where to buy and sell. Now I'm going to give you the exact Google search words that dig up dozens of huge tax delinquent lists that are up to date, fully online, and ready for a free download. And there's a couple things you're going to want to look up about a county once you locate their list to confirm it's a really good area to work. It's going to take you 5 or 10 minutes. I'll show you exactly how to do that. If you have any questions about a particular state, all you got to do is click on our interactive map and you'll get detailed answers. How about a cash buyer account? We don't want to work in an area unless there's plenty of cash buyers and plenty of cash transactions going on. I'll show you the online search that'll give you an exact count of the cash transactions taking place in your county in the last 6 or 12 months. And make sure there's one cash transaction for every 1,000 residents of that county. A lot of times you can find counties with 2 or 3. That's even better. Next, you're going to download your buyers list, and you're already at the site. Just download the list of all the cash buyers in the last 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months for about 20 cents each. And spend an extra ½ cent per record and get mortgage amounts. That way you'll see the $0 mortgages. Those are the guaranteed cash buyers. Next, you're going to identify the hot sellers on the list, and that's not even really an action step because your DeedGrabber list wizard does it all for you in a few minutes. It's going to identify the hottest 5 or 10% of the sellers on that list right away. And you're always going to want to look for those absentee owners, especially the ones that live outside the county. And the software is going to pull those out for you and do a whole lot more as well. So far you've located a free tax delinquent list online, and I guarantee you could find a dozen of them within the matter of 15 or 20 minutes. You confirm the market is ideal just using a couple indicators that you can quickly look up online. You've seen how many cash buyers, how many cash transactions have taken place in that county the last 6 or 12 months, and you've downloaded dozens or hundreds of these cash buyers and processed your list with this software. The total time you're going to spend on each area you're going to look into is less than an hour, and once you find a good area, you're going to spend less than 20 cents per cash buyer. It just does not get a whole lot better than that. So let's take it to the completion here now. Next, you're going to market to the owner. All you're going to do is start out by sending mailers, and to do that, just insert your info into the pre-formatted mailers that I already have posted online. And you're going to be able to send these online. It's actually less expensive than doing it yourself, and you don't have to worry about any printing, stamps, or running to the post office. And you only need to upload your mailers one time, and you can use them over and over again. Just upload new addresses when you want to do additional mailers. And I got to warn you, don't send more than 50 or 100 at a time until you see how the area performs for you. You could get overwhelmed really quick. As you're sending your mailers, you're also going to reach out to those missing owners, the ones that you're getting return mail for. And this is the most exciting part of the business, finding that lost owner who really has very little interest in the property and will take a little bit of cash to be done with it. And for those other owners that weren't aware that they had a tax delinquency problem, I can't tell you how many people have thanked me up and down for helping them save their property just by letting them know, doing a better job than the county, at letting them know that they were getting really far behind on their taxes. And I even got a cash investor one time for my deals because I let him know about a tax delinquency that he was unaware of. And you know what? It's really easy to use the assistant script that I put in the training to make your initial calls for you. You can even hire $6 an hour minimum wage Craigslist workers to make your initial calls and see if there's any interest. Wait till you see it. Next, you're going to arrive at a price. And using the scripts in the system, you'll quickly determine if this owner wants to sell and then you'll get their best initial price while you're on the first call. And don't worry too much about the price at this point. Just arrive at a number and get the ball rolling. Because next you're going to confirm the property value in 5 minutes and then send out a 2-page contract. Use the 5-minute appraisal guidelines to get the quick sale value of the property with near certainty, and then you can renegotiate if necessary and then get your 2-page contract out to the seller. Don't use the online appraisal values that you see online. They're usually way too high for our purposes. Also, if this is a hot deal, don't let it sit there even for a couple days. Send a mobile notary out there with the paperwork right away and get it signed up. We're getting almost near the end here because we're going to blast this deal to our cash buyers. Because once we've locked in our price, we're going to get the word out to all these cash buyers that we've collected and get offers from them. And you're going to build a list of your cash buyers' email addresses over time, and that'll get the word out instantaneously and totally free. Last, pick your best offer and get paid. You're going to let the buyer close on the contract, and you'll be paid the difference between what you negotiated with the seller and what the buyer's paying you at the closing. All you'll do is assign your contract to the buyer and get your check or your wire transfer right at the closing. Now that's step by step. My new free and clear foreclosure system comes with all the tools you just saw. You're going to get video lessons that I've broken down into 5 or 10-minute segments that each cover a major concept, such as identifying the optimal market to work in, quickly finding tax delinquent lists online, getting free cash buyer counts in any area, which sellers to mark to off of your big list and when, sending mailers online, phone scripts, including that $6 an hour assistance script, arriving at a deal, renegotiating if necessary, doing the paperwork, getting the word out to cash buyers, and assigning the contract before you get paid. It's all in there. 8 modules is all that it takes. And at the end of each one, I've got an action video so you know what to do right now. You got that complete state reference. Everything you're going to know and really more about the inner workings of each and every state, including tax sale systems, the list, public records access. Just click any state and go. I've also got 4 specialty modules that come with the training. How to get instant cash buyers, how to market to them and get them on your list, how to filter your list of tax delinquent properties, and that includes my List Wizard software, secrets to locating missing owners, the latest techniques to finding owners that you get return mail for, and your legal paperwork package is going to have everything you need to get going right away. And I threw in a couple bonuses. You're going to get a cash buyer website and a We Buy Houses website, so you don't have to worry about setting any of this stuff up. Now this cash buyer website is really cool. It's going to allow you to put what I call a ghost ad up on the internet, where you're going to advertise a property very cheaply, attract cash buyers to the site, let them know it's already under contract, but if they'll give you their name and email address, you'll get back to them with the next property that you get. You're going to be able to change out that ghost property that you have on your website anytime you like. You're going to be able to get any website domain that you like that's available to use for this, and you're going to be able to create as many of these as you want in case you're working different areas. And I've also got a We Buy Houses website on here that you can put on your marketing materials. These days, sellers want to see that you're on the internet, and this will allow you to take their information if that's how they choose to contact you, and it'll show you're a real business. So everything here is just $9.97. I mean, you couldn't have even built those 2 websites I just showed you for $9.97, and I'm giving you the whole system for just $9.97. Now you know there's huge money to be made in tax delinquent deals. I've shown you these deals I've done all over the country. Washington, D.C., we made over $125,000 on this row house. Even apartment buildings in Chicago, another 6-figure deal. And how about my friend Adam? Did his first deal in just a few weeks, made $11,000 cash with no rehabbing, no nothing except just flipping it to a cash buyer. And by the way, that buyer was on the list that I got from my county. So if we would have just marketed to her directly in the first place, probably could have avoided using a realtor. So now you can get going with no cash, with all online access to everything you need, and no risks. And when I say no risk, I'm not just talking about the deals you're going to be doing. I'm talking about your investment in the program too. There's a full 30-day money-back guarantee. So click below and get into the free and clear foreclosures program now. You could have your first motivated tax delinquent seller on the phone in no time and market their property to a huge list of cash buyers that you can instantly download. With all the tools that I'm going to show you how to use and that I'm going to provide to you, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be getting started right now. The package is just $9.97. You can get started now by going to DeedGrabber.com/FC. And the only reason I can think of why you wouldn't be getting started now is because you can't swing the $997. And I'm even going to try to help there. I'm going to give you an option of only $397 to start and 2 more payments of $397. You will still get all the tools online immediately, and you can even pay for your training with the deals that you do. So get started today. I'm only releasing 37 spots. We've gotten many students into the program that we pre-sold as I was developing the training. And now we're going to do one final run of 37 spots now that all the material's available, and probably put this one away for a while so I can concentrate on my business too. So get in the training now before we sell out. I want to see you on our member forum talking about your first no cash, no risk deal that you've done with this training. So get in now.